Greetings, Katasak.
Bertirtumat, what can I do for you?
I'm looking to meet Enormil Frichterman. I went all the way to the village council.
But they did not let you speak to Glendan the Elder.
Precisely. They said that only the friends of a member of the council might enter.
And my word was not enough. It seems that I must be a Mal to be heard.
Do not be sad, daughter of Bloodnid. One day you will be as great a chief as your mother. And you too will have a seal. This seal will allow you to give voice to the friends of your clan, those who may speak in your name. Here, friend of Wenxavier. Take my seal and go and meet Glendan. But you must convince him and no doubt pass many trials. Many monsters and traps are hidden on the path you seek to follow.
Thank you, Katasak. Why are you helping me?
I do not wish to lose the one who placed his life in my hands. And you have already...
I hope that Glendan will allow you to meet this god, cousin. Leave us.
Have no fear. I'll do it. I must go.
Wa awalam se.
You have returned.
Here is the seal of the Denegad Katasak of the village of Wenxavier.
And so you are a trusted friend of the great healer. He must see your... Enter. You...
I give you warm greetings, Glendan. I am Disarday, legate of the Congregation of Merchants.
Your merchant congregation sways me very slightly from my path. But you are a current of Katasak. His trust in you makes me stop and look at you. What brings you here?
I seek a remedy. My cousin, as well as many other people on our island, suffer from it. We think that only Enormil Frichterman can help us.
Really? And Katasak?
He told me that the only way to meet with your god was to come and see you. You would judge our worthiness.
Judge your intentions? Yes, that I can do. But even if I should do this, for the path you seek to follow has only been tread but a very few times, and you are the first Renaigse to set foot upon it. We must begin where everything begins. There is a trial. The trial of water.
What must I do?
You must go to a cavern and tell me what you see on the seal you...
And this cavern is guarded, I suppose.
That is true. But the simplest solution... I hope you will prove that you understand this. Go now. Show us your...
What can you tell me about your god?
That the word go. He is Tia Fradi and you are... He is much more...
I must leave.
Qua Williams.
You have spoken to Glendan as you wanted. What more can I do for you?
I was asked to pass the trial of water. What do you know about it?
I have never passed it. Only those who must reveal their soul walk this path. The High Kings, it is a tremendous honor given to you, Renaigse.
Do you have any advice to give me?
I only know that the trial can be passed in many ways, and your choice. One way is through strength, the other by... But I know no more than this. Anything else?
Nothing else.
Good luck. And do not...
Siora, do you know anything about the trial that awaits us inside?
My mother passed it during the last election, but it was Vinbar that was elected in the end.
Did she tell you about it?
A little, but it is a secret trial. It is important. I know that you must choose your path in your combat is not necessarily the best response. Even if it allows... If you are confronted with animals, remind yourself that they must feed. And there are ways of altering food to make those who eat it fall into a deep and peaceful sleep.
Is that an idea that your mother...
Look, they're eating the old carcass. If you poured some sleeping potion on it, they'd fall asleep. You did it. They're sleeping. We should be able to pass without a fight.
This room is full of beasts that the natives call dorsitats. They seem to be resting. Perhaps we can pass without waking them if we move silently.
I need a bit of practice.
Watch out, Anadag! You were freezing and you had this empty stare. The water in the basin spoke to you, no?
Yes. Exactly like the lightning-struck tree. I was something else for a brief moment.
Tell us. Visions like this are guides, keys for the sacred rituals.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind. And it was a cold feeling. I was high up, and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me. Suddenly I bounced on the ground. And I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated. And I was suddenly with you again. Here this looks like a snowflake. This stone is adorned with the etching of a drop of water. This stone is blackened, eaten away. This stone bears the image of a storm, or perhaps the wind. On this stone, the sun is visible. The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. This drawing looks like an infant. Could it represent life? Here this looks like a snowflake. This stone is adorned with the etching of a drop of... This stone is blackened. This stone bears the image of a storm. On this stone, the sun is visible. The drawing on this stone makes... This drawing looks like an infant. Could it represent light? The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. On this stone, the sun is visible. This stone bears the image of a storm, or perhaps the wind. This stone is black. This stone is adorned with the etching of... Here this looks like a snowflake. The snow or... The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. On this stone, the sun is visible. Here this looks like a snowflake. This stone is adorned with the etching of a drop of water. This stone is blackened, eaten away. On this stone, the sun is visible. The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. I'm certain. The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. I'm certain. This stone is adorned with the etching of a drop of water.
Karans, I need to talk to you.
I'm listening, Siora.
Do you remember the mind?
Yes, if I understand...
Even though these priests would make good allies against the Lions because they hate them as much as my mother would never have traded this, and she would have wanted to be buried.
So you think that they're lying?
Yes. And will you investigate this?
I cannot go there now, but we will talk about it again.
Anything else?
I must leave you. See. I need a bit of practice. This must be the seal that Glendan spoke about. It looks like the silhouette of the mountain of Tearfredi, and a face is drawn within it.
The spirit of the volcano. One of the faces of Einar Mýrfryktaman.
Bear tear to mad on Almanawi. I congratulate you for passing.
And so you have returned. Can you tell me what the seal deep within the cavern brings into your mind?
A face in the mountain of Tearfredi.
Then you have seen the true face of the island when looking into her waters. And the island has seen inside you. You sent the beasts into a deep sleep. That was very clever. Another before you did the same. In choosing the path of silence, you avoided confronting the Dosantats. Finally, you have completed the ritual. And in so doing, the Guardian recognized you as a wise man. You choose to trust the way of ruse and wisdom. It is a difficult path, but it carries generous fruits. The island has seen your intelligence and also your compassion. The friendship of Katasach towards you no longer surprises me.
Am I authorized to encounter Einar Mýrfryktaman now? To present him with my request?
If the High King agrees, yes. We shall not oppose that decision. Only a High King or High Queen is allowed to open the sanctuary. I warned you. Your voyage is far from over.
I suppose that I'm going to need to convince them as well. Where can I find them?
I do not know. And I believe that it may be another trial on your path to find the one you seek.
Is he hiding? Has he been captured?
He disappeared several months ago. Since then, we have not heard from him. He was worried about the Renaigse. The last people to have seen him, I'm told, were the most important chiefs of the clans here at the council. There was Deirdre, Blatnid, Ulan, and Dunkas.
My mother, alas, can tell us nothing more.
Yes, I heard about your loss, Siora. And divorced Tirce. Mourning is a difficult time to pass.
And divorced Tirce. Thank you, Glendan.
Deirdre is the Mal of the clan of the Storm Warriors. You will find her in the village of Vedlug.
I've already met her. She sent me to confront a guardian.
That sounds like her. Ulan is the Mal of the village of Vigna. It is said that he welcomes the Renaigse. He is the chief of the Earth Healers.
Very well. I will go and see them. Try to find this High King.
Kwa awalam sek.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
I need healing.
Lieutenant, I demand an explanation. Tell us what is going on. We haven't heard anything about Lord D'Orsay's condition in spite of our inquiries. We are extremely worried. And then all of a sudden one of his guards appears, shaken and on his own, though he is part of his retinue.
Please, allow me the chance to shed some light, my lady.
Your soldier is nothing more than a coward for abandoning his highness.
Tell me, what is going on?
This soldier has just reported in. He is asking for reinforcements. He believes that Lord D'Orsay has been attacked.
He believes? He ran here without full knowledge of what happened firsthand.
I was sent on patrol far from the camp, but I heard screams, from men and from beasts. I wanted to return to camp, but then I heard a deafening sound, grinding, like a landslide. I thought then it would be best just to go and get help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You are dismissed. I would like to have a discussion with this man alone.
Yes, sir.
My lady, could you lead these fine people into the hallway, if you would be so kind?
Certainly. I deplore this embarrassing turn of events, but know that you have my full support in all circumstances.
In the interest of avoiding a general panic, tell me precisely what happened back there.
Your cousin ordered us to escort him beyond the town limits. The Islander convinced him to go on some journey.
By Islander, do you mean the Denegad that came to treat his affliction?
Yes. A strange bird. Missing more than one feather, you ask me, sir. I was ordered to set up patrol along a small path, rather far from the rest of the company. I was told to protect our perimeter from anyone wandering along. According to the Islander, it was the only access to their planned destination. I did my rounds for quite some time. Not a soul came along. But then I heard cries a ways off, and I went running to help. I heard an enormous crashing sound like an avalanche of rocks. So then I turned right back around.
And you ran all the way here? Do you know precisely where the company was when you heard these sounds?
No, not precisely. I hadn't gone there. But I could show you where I was posted. The Islander said they were following the path, but he was quite a ways ahead when I lost sight of them.
Why didn't you go and look for yourself? To see if they had been buried by a rock slide?
What? Alone? What could I have done? It seemed of greater urgency to go and get help.
I'm still having trouble deciding if cowardice or intelligence got the best of you. But that's a question for your superiors. My cousin was quite weak. Do you know why he decided to follow the Denegad?
His Highness was feeling much better. The potions that he was drinking must have been potent. I mean to show no disrespect to His Highness, but that Islander had the high ground in the War of Wits. I wasn't privy to their counsel. I haven't the beginning of an explanation for the expedition, but your cousin was all full of enthusiasm and ordered that we set out as quick as we could make ready.
That sounds like him. What sort of mess has he gotten himself into? Again?
I am sorry, sir, but I don't know anything else I could tell you.
Dismissed, soldier. Looks like I'm going on an expedition.
Thank you, sir.
make it for you.
To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
I'm in need of your help, Ulan. I was told that you were one of the
I wouldn't know where you could find it. You are our ally, our friend. We had met in the council at Dorhan, but we were unable to come. Some of us are full of violence and refuse to see what we gain by befriending. Deirdre and the poor Bladnid were among them, alas. I defended you, of course, but our disagreement angered. He wanted to go to the heart of the island.
Do you think he might have stayed there?
I doubt it. It was too long ago, even if he decided to stay away from his people.
Thank you, Ulan.
Anything else?
Nothing. I must go.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this feint! Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
bird? Tiertumad. It is rare to see Renaigse here. Is there something I can do for you?
I'm looking for High King Vinbar. I know that he disappeared after having visited the heart of the island. But someone here in this village might know where he went after that.
If anyone knows, it would be Sarah. But you will not find anything else?
Would you know where I could...
She left.
What do you mean?
I don't know if Renaigse, our High King, is on Olmenawi, and the Donegad. His bond with the mountain is very strong. Even stronger now that he speaks with the En-Olmil.
He is becoming a Nadag. It is the fate of the wise.
Sarah knew that the mountain would take him back. She went to attempt to bond herself to it. We haven't seen her since. Anything else?
Where is this
We don't know. The caverns of knowledge. Anything else?
Thank you for your help.
Wa Aulam said.
Beard Tiotomad on Olmenawi.
Hello. I'm sorry, but...
Really? Then you are a Renaigse? I have never met one with the bond. Might I do something?
I heard talk about
It is a place within the earth. They hear the voice. There are some on Tiafradi. The closest to our village is where the entrance is sealed, hidden. It is a sacred. Anything else?
Goodbye.
What Awalam said.
What stops your tongue? You think someone's coming to save you? Give in. Your life is in our hands. It is time to tell us all you know. The sooner you speak, the sooner this will be over with. We should be discreet if we want to eavesdrop on these people.
She's been enduring this punishment for hours, blow upon blow through gritted teeth.
Truly savage beast we have here. Do you even know if it speaks our language?
Leave us. You will eventually tell us how you found your way into that grotto. Your defiance is only prolonging the inevitable. You remind me of that rat my master was studying. The creature used all of its fire in an effort to escape. Scratching, twisting, refusing to understand that the cage holding it was its only remaining world. It had everything it could ever need, but it wouldn't stop looking for a way out. Even though its fate was now sealed to serve science. Its animal instinct drove it to flee. It had strangled itself between the bars of its own cage in a final futile attempt to escape. It was an enormous beast and very clever. If it had simply relented, it could have lived peacefully for many years. Instead of that, these monsters are torturing her. Come, we must set her free.
We could wait until nightfall to set her free, and avoid fighting these scholars.
Bit of poison on my blade, and let's go!
But I recognize this face. Lord de Sardet. What a pleasure to see you again. What good wind brings you?
These people are monsters. They just tortured a woman.
I'm sure that they will explain what pushes them to treat her.
Believe me, we would never have reached such extremities if she had told us what we want. You see, we have been studying these beings that show, like you, such strange... We call them metamorphs, but the natives call them Onol-Manawi. And we seek to learn through what process they metamorphosize. We heard the savages hide all of their knowledge within them. And certainly all the secrets. We discovered one here. But this woman, she knows how to enter. But as you have to know, we are so close to understanding such... Let's just say it has made us...
It's extremely regrettable. Free her. We would like to have a word with her.
She won't tell you anything. Let her...
Your stubbornness serves no purpose. The Bridge Alliance has fallen. The Coin Guard has routed them from the Isle. If the new governor of Hikmet learns of your existence, he will have you rotting in his jails. Free her. Unless your love of science deserves this sacrifice.
Your governor resides too far from here to be a threat, de Sardet. Forget it.
Since you have chosen to act like monsters...
Poison on my blade, and let's go!
How are you feeling?
Better now. Those Renaigse are absolute monsters. But who are you? You too are a Renaigse. Why have you freed me?
We were told at Wen Shavar that you and you alone could tell us where to find High King Vinbar.
I wish I knew where he was right now. I waited a long time and then I...
You believe this is where he's hiding?
No. But he came here often. You saved me. And so I...
Let's try to escape without bloodshed. We must get you to a safe place.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate!
Here is the entrance to the Cavern of Knowledge. I hope that Vinbar has left a clue to where he went. Something I could track.
Is it your wish to join him?
He is my Manundanem. That means the one who shares my mind in your language. We must be reunited.
I understand. But why protect the entrance to the cavern at the risk of your own life?
The Caverns of Knowledge are truly sacred places.
But you're not a Donegad.
I am not. But I must enter in spite of everything. Since you punished those other Renaikse, I remind yourself that this honor is immense.
Put your fears to rest. How do we enter?
Allow me. I have seen Vin...
The paint of this fresco is still fresh. It must have been painted recently. It's of a crowned man. Vinbar, no doubt. It looks as if he's walking through the skies towards the volcano. A face has been painted on the volcano.
The spirit of the mountain. My heart did not betray me. Vinbar has readied himself to join.
Was that why you came in here?
To understand, yes. As the years passed, I thought at first it was due to his status. But now I see that he was hearing... He had no choice but to answer it. Oh, Vinbar.
These paintings are older. This looks like it represents a man who transforms...
He is a Donegad, becoming a Nadaig Meneman.
If I understand correctly, the Donegad are metamorphed differently according to the place...
Yes. The Sinolmenawi bind them to a specific... But how could a guardian of the plains resemble...
Do you believe that Vinbar is readying himself to undergo this...
For some, it takes years. For others, it might take place the very moment where the Donegad... I hope only to have the time to bid...
Given how well hidden this seed was, it must open an important passage. All we have to do is find out which. This mural is also ancient. It seems this door appears to be in front of a circle of stone.
The Donegada seal certain sacred...
Yes, I've run into similar barriers. But here, there are two that seem to be different. For one, the flower motifs seem to...
This is possible. The cavern, this painting must teach the younger how to reach the sacred...
In that case, shouldn't there be an illustration of the second plant?
The initiates also learn by listening to the...
On this one, we see a sacred site with raised stones. We also see the path that leads...
This must certainly be the path, the young... And the Donegada that are...
Do you recognize the place where the...
I think so.
With all that we've learned from studying these paintings, we should be able to find... I just hope there's still enough of him left to answer.
What do you hope to ask?
We hope that he will agree to take us into...
What do you hope to ask of him? My head spins. I will wait for you...
Please, go ahead.
That woman left in a bit of a hurry, don't you think?
Sarah is upset, and I don't think that she trusts us. We should hurry and catch up to her.
This door is locked. Sarah has put us in a very tricky situation.
She did not want us to find Vinbar. Come, these caves often have several exits.
These traps weren't here when we went through with Sarah earlier.
She must have set them to make sure that we wouldn't be able to follow her.
Let's hurry and find this passage to the northern mountain before she decides to come and fight us directly.